Hello everyone, welcome back to Immersive Electrical Engineering. Today's lesson is all about how to wire contactor with stop and start push button. Okay, for this lesson is for beginners. Okay, so if you're interested in industrial wiring or industrial connections, just watch this video to the end. Okay, and then as you can see, I have my diagram on how you can go about your wiring. Okay, so this is my wiring diagram. Okay, we have our single pole breaker. Okay, single pole breaker. This is our single pole breaker, and then we have our stop button, then we have our start button, then we have our contactor. Okay, so this is the diagram. Okay, so I'm about to teach you how you can go about it. Okay, so please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and then comment. Okay, and then share the video. Okay, thank you. So let's move on. So whenever you start any electrical work, you make sure you off your power before you start your work. Okay, so first of all, we are about to connect our power supply from our breaker here, our breaker here. So we need our stop button. This is my stop button, and then when we turn the back, we have 1 and then 2. Okay, so we are connecting from the breaker to 1 here. Okay, this is our 1 here. Okay, so let's move on. We are connecting from the breaker. So this is my breaker here. To my stop button 1. This is my stop button, and this is 1 here like this. So I've connected the 1, and then I need to connect 2. So from the stop button 2 to start button 1. Okay, sorry, from stop button 2 to start button 3. Okay, so our stop button 2 to start button, this is our start button 3 here. This is the 3. Okay, so we are looking through our diagram to do it. So you make sure you watch it very carefully, and then you learn from this how they do the connections. Okay, so we are done with the start button. We left with start button 4. So start button 4 is going to A1. Okay, in our contactor. So from start button 4 is going to A1. So in our contactor we have A1 and then A2. Okay, so this is our A1. Okay, okay, so now we've done with the A1. Okay, so now we've done with A1, and then as you can see we have our stop button and then our start button here. Okay, and then we've connected our contactor, which is A1. So we started from our breaker, from the breaker to our stop button here, which is 1, and then from the stop button, which is 2, and then we went to our start button 3, and then from start button 3 we connected cable from start button 4 to our contactor A1 here. Okay, so this is how we are going to do. So first of all, what we need to do now is to connect our neutral. So our neutral is going to A2 in our contactor here. Okay, so first of all we need our neutral cable, which is going to A2. So from A2 to our breaker. Okay, so this is our A2. So this is our A2. Then the contactor A2 going to our breaker. So this is the neutral connection that we are doing. So as you can see, this connection that we have done here, we are not yet done. Okay, we are not yet done. We are not yet done with our connection. So what we need to do now is to connect our from 3 to 13, and then from 4 to 14. Before, when you start the contactor, when you start it, it can hold. But if you leave it like this, if you leave it like this, and then you press on the start button, the contactor will not hold. Okay, it will energize, but it will not hold on. So when you press on the start button like this, it will not hold on. Okay, it will not hold on. When you leave it, it will just. So let me do the demonstration, and then you see how it looks like. Okay, so like what I'm saying, when you press on the start button, everything, if you leave it, it will de-energize. If you press on it, it will de-energize. If you press on it, it will de-energize. So that's why I'm trying to say that in the start button, we need to connect from 3 to 13 in our contactor here, and then from 4 to 14 in our contactor here. Okay, so when you do that connection, when you press on it, it will energize, and then it will not remove. Okay, so let's do what I'm showing you. Okay, and then you understand the reason why I said that. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm connecting my 13. Okay, so this in our start button, we have 3 here. This is my 3 in my start button. Okay, so I need to connect cable to my 3. Okay, so I'm using different cable to connect my 3. Okay, so this is how the connection must go. Okay, so you need 2 cables here. We need 2 cables here. Start button 3. Okay. So I have start button 3, and then it's going to our contactor here. This is our contactor, and then we have 13. This is 13, which is normally open. 13. Then we'll connect it to our 13 normally open here. Okay, so this is how the connection goes. So I've connected normally open, which is 13 normally open. So from 3 to 13 normally open. From 3 to 13 normally open. Okay, and then from 14 to 4, which is normally open. So we are connecting our contactor 14, 14 in our contactor, and then we'll give it to 4 in our start button. 4 in our start button. So through that, our contactor, when we start, it can hold. Okay, so without the 13 and 14 connection, when you press on the start button, the start button or the contactor can't hold on. Okay, it can't hold on. So if you do this connection from 13 to 14 in the contactor, and then from 3 to 4 in the start button, when you press on it, the contactor will hold. Okay, so this is how we are going to do. So we are about to start our contactor, and then we'll see how the connection goes. Okay, so this is how the connection is being done. Okay, so when you press on the start button, as you can see, it has hold and then it has energized. Okay, so immediately we press on the start button, it has stopped. So this is how the connection goes. Okay, this is how the connection goes. So this is Immerse Electrical Engineering. Make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel, Immerse Electrical Engineering, and then whenever I upload my video, you just get notified. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you want to be an engineer, you can just follow my channel, or you can just like my channel. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Okay.